Hi there, welcome to Houston DIY. My name's Ben. In this video we're checking out the Insta360 Go Ultra. Okay, so the Insta360 cameras, I've been loving them over the last few years. So I've got the Insta360 X3, which is the 360 camera. So I use that quite a lot on holidays, getting some great footage on holidays. Use it this year in Greece to get some footage in the sea. So fully waterproof cameras, really, really good. So I've got the Ace Pro as well, which is that kind of GoPro kind of format, that nice small camera format. Really, really good. I use that sometimes overhead up here for downwards shooting, and also as an action camera when I'm out and about too. So I do have as well the Insta360 Go 3S, a predecessor to this one. So essentially the same format of camera to this one. This is kind of the new version of the 3S, where you've got the smaller camera inside the main body of the camera. You can take that out and use it as a smaller camera elsewhere. I did try and use that as much as possible, but I did find a few issues with that in terms of quality. And just the usability of the actual camera being quite small, I did struggle with sometimes. So I did use it quite a bit in terms of getting different types of footage, but not too much, to be honest with you, just because of some of those drawbacks with the actual camera itself. So I'm hoping this will kind of fit the bill a little bit better. So a couple of things on the 3S, on the Go 3S for me, was the actual using the camera as just a kind of a hold and shoot camera. That's the wrong term, but you know what I mean. Holding the camera and using it as a camera is a little bit small. This is a little bit bigger. It's got a bit of a side body to it as well, so it should hopefully be a bit easier to use just holding it. Then the actual camera that comes out, if you want to use that and more of a portable camera, that is a bigger camera, so it's a different kind of shape now. It's got a square shape rather than the really small kind of rectangle, small rectangle it was, or rounded rectangle. Nearly a natural little oval actually. So those couple of things, I'm hoping that the Go Ultra will make things much easier to use on this camera. As well, this is a 4K, it's a true 4K, tiny hands-free 4K camera. The quality on the 3S I found at times was really difficult to match up with my main footage off this camera, so that's why I kind of stopped using it so much, because it was difficult to match up. I use it more for short form where I want really shooting in 4K. So hopefully this camera I can use side by side with my main Sony camera for shooting footage, and there won't be too much of a difference. Trying to bring those video footage levels the same to make sure they look good throughout the different videos on the channel. So in this video, it's going to be a quick unboxing here on the table. We'll try it out. I'll show some side by side kind of footage against other cameras that we've got, the other Insta360 cameras, just to give you an idea of what those look like. And that'll be it for this video. A really basic unboxing, quick look, quick comparison, and I'll do a future video, future follow-up video, just to cover off kind of how it's been, maybe over a 1 or 2 month period, we will see. So let's get inside the box first of all, check out the product. I'm expecting good stuff from this. Insta360 products have been really good in the past in terms of what you get, the actual unboxing process, and what you get inside the box, really, really good. First of all, obviously a really nice small box. There are some stuff you get inside the box. Obviously the standalone camera, which is the little camera that goes inside the action pod, which is the main body. We get a quick release safety cord, easy clip, magnet pendant which goes around the neck, so you can wear it around your neck to get that POV kind of footage. If you're doing like an unboxing, for example, you can point down onto a table or cooking, anything for that POV footage around the neck. We get a lens guard, a quick start guide, and a warranty card inside of here. Let's get inside here, we'll get it out and just check things out first of all. Okay, that's everything inside the box. We've got the actual main body of the actual camera. And as I mentioned previously, immediately that's easier to hold. It's got a kind of side grip on there, and it's kind of rubberized as well with a little bit of grip to it, which is great. So that's got a good grip on there, much easier to use. You could probably use that with one hand if you needed. So that's the actual, what do they call that? They call that the action pod. That's the pod that the actual camera goes into. I'm not sure they use that branding or the actual terminology like that previously. I might be wrong. But they are kind of fundamentally saying that almost separate devices, the action pod and then the standalone camera. Immediately this camera is a nice size compared to the 3S. It's obviously a different shape. It's got that rounded kind of square look to it. The lens on the front with just a little protector on there. Then that will drop inside the actual action pod. So inside there, and definitely better use that as a little camera to record and shoot footage with just on its own. So that's definitely a better size than the previous Go 3S. As I mentioned, everything that's says on the box is in the box. We've got the magnetic pendant which goes around the neck, That is, I think we will do a side by side, but that is a different type of cord around the neck. I'm pretty sure the 3S came with a string one, and that's more of a lanyard, kind of a thicker fabric, which should be comfier on the neck, I would have thought as well. So that's probably a purposeful design choice there. We've got a charging cable, so USB Type-C to USB Type-C. A quick start guide. Insta360 always includes some stickers in there, so we've got 2 stickers. And I think this will be the lens cover, or the lens guard, do they call it? Lens guard. So this here isn't a lens guard, it's a quick release safety cable. So there's this element in here that you can obviously connect to the actual device, and you can do a quick release and then just take it away. So again, we'll show that off in a minute connected, but you can probably use that around the hand, and you can just have that connected in as a little safety cord there. I must have missed the lens guard, I'm not sure where that is. We'll have a look back in the box just to check for that. Okay, I've checked everywhere and I can't seem to find the lens guard. It's not in the boxes, in there. So I don't know if I misplaced it or it's just not in. But I don't know if you're watching the video and you didn't get a lens guard with yours either. Let me know in the comment section. I will get in touch with Insta360 or the vendor I purchased it via, but yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there, but we'll crack on, we'll move on from there. So, it's everything inside the box, except the lens guard. I'm not sure where that's gone. One thing I didn't mention is this, which is the easy clip. So I guess you could clip this onto a t-shirt. So you clip it onto the top of the t-shirt there, into a jumper perhaps. And then there's a thin section there, which you could probably clip onto a cap. So the top of a cap, for example, the peak of a cap, and capture footage with the magnetized element there. Or you could probably just use it anywhere you want, really, a little clip on. So that's an easy clip included. I think that's everything for now. So we'll get some footage now of this close up. We'll get some footage of it side by side with the other Insta360 cameras, just to give you a good comparison. And then that'll probably be it, really. We'll do a quick summary of my first thoughts and see if I can find the lens guard. One more thing before we do the side-by-side comparisons. This camera compared to the 3S as well, just to point out, does take a micro SD card inside the actual camera instead of having the onboard memory that was in the 3S. I'd say that's a positive for probably quite a lot of people that you obviously use micro SD cards. They can swap memory cards between different devices and transfer obviously to a PC, Mac or to a memory device. But the actual SD card, the micro SD card, goes inside the actual camera, the dedicated camera, not into this action pod element, which kind of makes sense because it's doing the recording, so it'll be recording directly onto the SD card. It doesn't transfer the video from here to there and then save it on there, so it's on board kind of recording. So it's just this corner section here. I will get some close-ups as I mentioned, but basically this corner section flips up and the actual SD card, or the micro SD card, goes in the side of the actual camera unit there. So I'll get some close-ups just to show that off, but I just want to point that out just before we move on to the side-by-side comparison. Okay, all done now with this video for the Insta360 Go Ultra. So far, so good. Really impressed with the camera, especially with the hardware, the kind of slight differences, the slight nuances between this and the actual 3S. Probably some quite big nuances, really, actually some big feature differences. Obviously, the shape of the actual camera unit, the dedicated camera unit, is a massive bonus, I would say. Shape, format, usability, totally better than the 3S so far anyway. Some people may prefer the 3S for that kind of smaller, if you are using it for different purposes perhaps, but I think that for me, maybe having bigger hands as well is better. It's a slightly bigger format in terms of the actual shape, size, etc. And I think just generally it's a better fitting for what I will be using it for. The second usability perspective, the main camera body itself, just being able to hold it easily, quite easily. It's still quite dainty, quite small, but it's definitely easy with that grip section there on the right hand side, just to point and hold, point and shoot basically. We've still got the screen, the flip up screen, as in the other device as well, so that's there still. One thing for me, the screen itself, when you flip that up, which is still a little bit tricky to do, could spin and rotate, maybe different angles, so you can see it from different angles. Maybe I'm being a bit picky, but would it be easy to put a little kind of a spinning 180 hinge on that? I'm not sure. I'm maybe being a little bit picky, but that could be something. But in terms of that screen, the usability, flawless in terms of how it works, what it works for. No problems so far with that. The micro SD, or the memory changed, saving to micro SD instead of internal memory, for me personally is better than the 3S. Rather than having to plug this in into a computer, for example, and transfer the files off, or into the Insta360 application, I think it's just easier. The way I work with memory cards at the moment, anyway, between cameras, it's much easier for me just to transfer between. So that's going to be a personal preference, I think. Some people will probably prefer the onboard memory, so they don't have to worry about memory cards, about losing memory cards, or kind of corrupting memory cards. But for me, overall, I think the micro SD card addition or change is definitely a benefit for me. The starter pack I've got, you've got everything you need to get going. You've got the clip, you've got the pendant, you've got the quick release strap as well, and obviously a charging cable and the included stickers. So really, really good starter pack. There are other packs available. I think a creator pack. There's like the motorcycle, the biking ones that you can get where you get extra features included with the actual kit itself. But as a starter pack for me, I wouldn't need much more to get going. And in terms of this video, that's kind of everything I want to cover. Quick unboxing, what's in the box, some comparisons to the other Insta360 cameras, and that's about everything. I will do a follow-up video, just some kind of future thoughts, maybe a 1 or 2 months later, any kind of problems I've had with the camera, anything that could be improved, maybe anything about the 3S that is actually better than this, we will see, but that will just come with time. So hopefully you've liked the video, or it's at least been informative about the camera. If you've got any questions about the camera, about my setup, about anything I've covered or not covered in the video, please do drop that in the comment section. I will reply to all questions and comments. And if you want to follow the Houston DIY channel for more product reviews, tech reviews, more videos on this, giveaways, and much, much more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.